You must have heard about the Bible's 10 Commandments, but have you heard about the 10 Commandments of wealth? Getting rich requires making some difficult sacrifices, but in the end, they pave the way for your glorious future. Here are 10 things you need to sacrifice if you want to be rich. 1. You shouldn't desire material possessions in today's 1. You shouldn't desire material possessions. Times we are surrounded by consumerism, online deliveries, and cashless payments make it so much easier to buy everything our heart desires at the click of a button. But this ease has its downside too. It makes us buy things we don't need. On top of that, everyone around us is submerged in consumerism to such an extent that they mock you when you don't behave the same way. But if you think about it, do you really need to buy a new phone every 2 years or a gaming laptop that's 50% more expensive than a non-gaming laptop when you don't game? It's the multi-millionaire dollar marketing by large multinational corporations that play days on our minds every time we end up buying something we don't need. But this unnecessary spending takes a hidden toll on our finances. If you want to be financially free, constantly remind yourself, if I don't need it, I won't buy it. Warren Buffett still drives the 2014 Cadillac XTS in 2023. His reasoning is, I only drive about 300-500 miles a year, so I will buy a new car very infrequently. If the richest investor in the world can live frugally, so can you. You will soon start saving anywhere close to $500 to $1,000 each month by just following this simple mantra. 2. You shouldn't have any bad habits. Any bad habits? Do you know how much is Mukesh Ambani, the richest man in Asia, worth close to $100 billion? And do you know another interesting fact about him? He is a teetotaler. He doesn't consume alcohol and doesn't smell. He can buy the most expensive alcohol in the world, including the 44 million dimethyl limoncello Supreme, but he wouldn't consume it. That's the level of abstinence he practices just because he knows how harmful these can be to his health. Vaping, drugs, smoking, and drinking are big money drainers you should avoid. Resolve to stay healthy from today. Invest your savings and avoid future medical bills. 2. 3. You shouldn't waste time on social media. Time on social media, gaming, or do you know an average American spends close to 2.5 hours a day on social media? This means close to 75 hours a month. Are you addicted to Twitter and Instagram too? You have struck a gold mine, because now you know exactly what you need to give up that you could save 75 hours a month. The lure of social media is one of the worst outcomes of the internet. People seek unrealistic expectations in life and start thinking of themselves as influencers. You need to ration spend your time. If you are a content writer, watch movies and shows that help you create better content. If you are a digital marketer, then social media is your bread and butter. But if you were a coder, maybe your time will be better utilized learning new coding languages. So stop wasting time on social media or playing video games. A really interesting quote that can help you gain strong willpower needed is, if anything is too interesting but it doesn't make you money, it's taking away money from you. 4. You shouldn't associate with unambitious peoples. The worst thing to have around you on your journey to getting rich are people who think it's impossible to get rich. These can be your friends, teachers, family members, or just anybody you meet. They say such things because they themselves don't have the self-control to achieve something in their lives. If your friends meet every weekend and splurge their entire weekly earnings, you need more frugal friends. If your childhood friends are still living in their parents' basement doing nothing good with their lives, you need to stay clear from them. They are as dangerous as an uncontrollable car rushing toward you
to kill you. Even Sir Richard Branson, the founder of Virgin Group, can't emphasize enough on this. He mentioned in an interview that to become really successful, you should always surround yourself with the right people who lift you up rather than bring you down. In his own words, finding the spotlight isn't about standing in it. There is so much to be gained from working with people who support each other to achieve great things. So surround yourself with ambitious people who add to you rather than take from you.
5. You shouldn't blame the circumstances. There will always be something not going your way, and that's with everybody. But even so, people achieve what they set their minds to because they take full ownership of their lives. Steve Jobs sold Coke bottles for 5 cents a piece to get food, but that didn't stop him from creating $1 trillion company. He didn't lose faith in himself. He didn't blame the government, the economy, or even his biological parents who gave him up for adoption when he was just a baby. The road to becoming rich is never free from roadblocks. But if you keep at it, you can convert them into milestones. If you make a mistake, learn from them and start again. Success only comes to those who persevere, not to those who give up. 6. You shouldn't indulge with extended family. We all love our families dearly, but sometimes the things we love can become a hurdle in our success. While your immediate family is your support system who stands by you through thick and thin, your extended family is like a fair weather friend. They will be there during all your highs but never in your lows when you really need support. So why waste your precious time attending hundreds of social gatherings, birthdays, christenings, and engagements? Come and go with the time you spend at these social events will never return. It is a brutal call to make, but with limited time in our hands, we can't afford to waste it on too many social gatherings. You need to know where to draw a line. If it's someone very close to you, you should never avoid a lifetime event in their lives. But if it is a far-off cousin you barely know, it is better to skip their party or just make a cameo for some time and leave early, and you'll be surprised that most successful people only have a close-knit circle of friends and family who truly support them in all their highs and lows. 7. You shouldn't procrastinate. You need to know the value of your time. Time once gone never comes back, so instead of delaying things, treat each day as your last. The easiest way to avoid procrastination is to have a weekly schedule of all your tasks. You can further break them down into daily tasks so you have your days planned out. This will keep you on track and you'll be able to achieve much more in your life. But this is not where your procrastination should end. You need to eradicate it from every aspect of your life, physical or financial. For example, if you delay investing because you haven't invested before or because you don't have enough money, that's your biggest mistake. Charlie Munger invested in tiny sums all his life, and currently he is worth $3 billion. Wealth is not built overnight, it is built in bits and pieces. His investment philosophy is simple. He believes in letting compounding do its magic and fueling it whenever he has something and to add to the fire. After that, he just waits. He was once heard saying it's waiting that helps you as an investor, and a lot of people just can't stand to wait. So instead of delaying investing to time the market or find the right gamble, just start investing with whatever you have. The more time you stay invested, the more your money will compound. 8. Shouldn't take too many vacations. It's always relaxing to have some time off, but if you work for yourself, the time you take off is also the time you don't earn in. So when you are building a business of your own, forget about taking time off. Even Elon Musk slept in Tesla factories when Tesla was still in its startup stage. He wanted to motivate his employees and show them that he was in the same boat. He could have left the production to his team, but he believed in leading from the front. And that's why Tesla is the top EV company in the world. However, completely cutting down on fun time may not be the right strategy for you. So it's press the carrier laptop or stay connected with clients on the go so that whenever any opportunity knocks at your door, you are there to welcome it. 9. You shouldn't oversleep. While a good night's sleep is essential for your mind to function properly, excess of everything is harmful. Oversleeping is no exception. First of all, it reduces the time you spend working. When you don't have enough time, the quality of your work also suffers. Further, you are anxious all the time because you have so much work to do, but compromised work is only the tip of the iceberg. As you oversleep, you also sacrifice your health. All your meals go haywire and you constantly feel lethargic all day. Also, once your routine is spoiled, it is very hard to get it straight. If you need motivation in setting your routine right, read The 5 a.m. Club by Robin Sharma. It will transform your life and help you achieve genius grade productivity simply by owning your mornings. 10. You shouldn't fear instability. Most of us get stuck in the rat race because we depend on our weekly paychecks for every ounce of our existence. And this is why we never convert our dreams into reality. Robert Kiyosaki revealed how this paycheck dependency starts right from our childhood. Our minds are trained to go to school, get a job, work hard, and pay taxes. We are groomed to become employees rather than leaders. We don't understand the hidden agenda behind this. Businesses need a good employees and governments need taxes, so they instill in us the fear that shackles us to the desperate paycheck mentality. When we are so desperate for money, we repel opportunities that don't pay immediately, that can become big passive income earners in the future. And this is why we remain stuck in the vicious 9-5 cycle. Jack Ma revealed in an interview how we can conquer our fear of instability. He said in our 20s we should take a job to learn how to do things right, develop marketable skills. In our 30s we should start something of our own because now we have some skills and awareness to do that. At this point, we shouldn't fear failure. Even if we fail, we can always go back to our jobs, but if we succeed, we will never have to go back. However, by our 40s, we should decide if our side hustle still can't replace our paychecks, then we should stick with our jobs for the rest of our lives. He even recounted how he started Alibaba at 31 and luckily never had to go back to his teaching job again.